What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope everybody's doing well out there on this nice Friday. I'm doing pretty good myself. Shabbat Shalom to all the brothers and sisters in recognition to observing this day for worshiping the Most High. Sundown this evening to sundown tomorrow evening. People, let's get some worship and praises in and some rest or what have you. Because after all, that's what the Shabbat is all about. Rest and also worship, okay? Thanking our eternal Father, for what He's given us and what He's doing for us, in our personal lives and collectively as a people. All right. For those of us that do acknowledge Him. All right. Shout out to the sister Queen. I know who I am for sending me this story right here, and it entails, you know, some coward that lives in a neighborhood that wants to send out racist letters, anonymous racist letters, that is, and that can be, you know, even more so annoying than one of these reprobate racist pieces of shit accosting you in public, because at least you see who it is that you're dealing with. But just imagine getting a letter in the mail from some racist neighbor that you don't know who sent it, and you see that just was just drive you up the wall right there. But to get into the story right here, it says interracial family received racist letter from anonymous neighbor. All right. Interracial family in Raleigh, North Carolina receives a racist and threatening note from an anonymous neighbor. As the protests continue across the country and non-black Americans are committing themselves to anti-racism work and what's that, allyship, that is, and allyship, a frustrating number of racists are becoming just as vocal lately too. In a neighborhood in Raleigh, North Carolina, where homes sell for well over $1 million. An interracial couple received a horrifying and anonymous letter from their neighbor, threatening to call the cops on them and blaming their family for turning the neighborhood into a semi-ghetto. The family, who lives in the Wakefield estate in the Raleigh neighborhood of Wake Forest, received the anonymous letter, which was written to Lori, a white woman, and a single out her black husband. Yeah, singled out her black husband and 2 teenage children. See, this is what these cowards do. They're not upfront about what it is they want a lot of times, as if they're going to change, where somebody live, okay? To continue here, it says the letter started by warning Lori against erecting a Black Lives Matter sign in her yard, claiming the statement would be at odds with the upscale neighborhood the family lives in. Please remember, the rest of us live in an upscale neighborhood and have spent the extra money to stay out of the mixed neighborhoods or the ghetto. The letter states, no one wants trouble or any circumstance arising which could turn our neighborhood into a semi-ghetto. The letter then turned into a threat. Please keep your husband and teenage kids well behaved like they animal system. Listen at this shit. And orderly, because no one is interested in your or their struggles. Keep matters inside your own home. Well, inside your own house, and do your best to keep this area upscale and free of that element. It read. Well, it read. Most of us would not hesitate to call the police if your kids or husbands get unruly. So please be considerate of everyone else living amongst you. Okay? Now, before I go any further, these subs, you know what I'm talking about. When I say sub, I do mean subhuman. All right? Have a nerve, because they want to talk about this so-called upscale neighborhood. If it's so damn upscale, why are they living in it? All right? Because there's no telling what kind of shit that they are into. It could be in pedophile ring, you know what I mean? any promoting, the sale of drugs, human trafficking, and that's just to name a few. You know what I'm saying? Could be, I don't like using the word gays because they ripped that word off. You see what I'm talking about? They ripped off the word gay because gay does not mean an abominable sexual encounters. Okay, gay means just to be happy. All right, that's the true meaning of gay, a happy person. All right, these subs are not happy. All right, they got all kinds of hidden little shit. Could be in the bestiality. So I wouldn't be, recommending for them to be sending anonymous letters to themselves about their upscale neighborhood until they start checking themselves. Because, after all, these are white subs that they're living around. Just think about it. Now, to continue, after receiving the blatantly racist letter, Rawls, the WRAL, reports that Lori sent it to the rest of her neighbors so everyone was aware of what has happened in our neighborhood. The family then added a note of their own, which read, "If you are the person that wrote this letter, we will not be intimidated by your cowardly act and ignorance." Well, ignorance, excuse me. Let me get this right here. Yeah, your ignorance. We are happy to have a discussion regarding love, respect, and racism if you have the courage. Well, newsflash, they do not have the courage. I'm going to tell you something else, too. Well, let me read this before I go any further. It says here, Amy Miller seems the neighborhood is rising up to meet their hateful piece of trash behavior. Local girl is making signs to sell the neighbors are putting them everywhere. All proceeds to the NAACP. Yeah, these they're not going to meet you, like that. This is not how they get down. See, that was a very offensive letter, but that's what they do. I'm pretty much tired of them. I've been tired of them or what have you. I'll see some of them around here. They pretty much low key. They don't come out and really say anything. I don't think they really like looking in the eyes of a man like me. You know what I'm saying? What have you? But because remember, the eyes are the mirror to the soul, and they may see something that's just downright frightening. So that's probably why that is. You see, but if you ever come across them, look them in the eye. Because they're looking for people that a lot of times will actually turn away from them. And if you turn away from them, as far as meeting them on with direct eye contact, then that's where they'll come at you. That's basically what it boils down to. In conclusion, right here, it says, we want to acknowledge that this letter does not compare to some of the more dire circumstances many people find themselves in on a regular basis due to a bigotry. However, it was shocking and ignorant, the family told Raw News. The outrage, support, and kind words expressed to us. Yeah, the outrage, support, and kind, words expressed to us by so many in our community have overpowered the hate expressed from the one who wrote the letter. Our hope is for this to inspire respectful conversation and courageous self-examination about bias and racism. To the person who wrote the letter, we pray for your heart to be released from bitterness and filled with understanding and compassion for others. Black lives do matter. All right, that's what I was going to say. Look, that when you say that right there, it's just like lighting a fuse to a firecracker or whatever you want to call it. They cannot stand for black lives of people to say Black Lives Matter. They want to say, well, all lives matter, or what have you. You know what I'm saying? They get mad about that shit because they get it in their head that if you saying that your life matters, which we know it does, you're saying that theirs don't. But here's what I say. I say if you want to holler, will your life matter too? Then guess what? Join the fucking struggle. Get shot down in the street unjustly. You know what I mean? Let us start seeing you in our neighborhoods and ask you what the fuck are you doing around here. You understand? And if we feel threatened by your appearance or what have you, let's pull a gun on you and shoot you. You know what I'm saying? Let's go when you go to the grocery stores and let's accost you and say you don't belong in this grocery store. I mean, all of the shit that you white people do. You understand? Racist, subhuman, pigskin white people. These are the ones I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the good white folks. Okay, I'm only talking about the ones who practice racism. Let's make that clear. All right. That way you don't be talking about I'm generalizing all white people. I'm making that clear. When these things starts to happen to you by the hand of us, you know what I mean? And black police officers start shooting you down in the street just because they fear for their lives, then you can say your life matters. Until then, shut the fuck up. And that's just all to it. Now to continue in conclusion, so far, Lori and her family have been met with an outpouring of support with the rest of their neighborhood. The Wakefield HOA has condemned the letter. A local team has made Black Lives Matter signs to distribute around the neighborhood. And someone commented on Rural's Facebook post that a rally in support of the family is happening this weekend as well. Good for them. Now, good for them. Good for them. Shut these people up. Get tired of them. Get tired of them. They doing all kinds of shit, man. And they putting their they must got death on them or something. Cause the shit that they do, they're putting themselves at risk for getting hurt. They're putting themselves at risk for getting killed. Meddling people. That's not smart to do. That is not a smart thing to do. See? But y'all tell me what y'all think about this particular story right here. I'm interested in hearing y'all thoughts, views, and opinions on it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. People, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched. Simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.